And two companies with offices here in Jacksonville are the target of a lawsuit accusing them of discriminating against minorities.
Yesterday, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission filed lawsuits against Dollar General and BMW. Now, in the complaint, the EEOC accuses them of using background checks to discriminate against minorities. Channel 4's Vic Micolucci talked with the EEOC and a local attorney about the lawsuit.
There's nothing wrong with employers using a criminal convictions records check in their hiring and selection process, unless their use of it has what lawyers call a disparate impact, that is an adverse impact upon any minority group, and tends to exclude that minority group at a greater rate than, say, white people.
John Hendrickson is one of the attorneys representing the EEOC. He says the group is standing up for workers' rights. The commission chose to sue BMW after the company ran new background checks for some of its employees in South Carolina. According to the EEOC, 88 people lost their jobs and 70 of those were African Americans. In a separate case, the EEOC is suing Dollar General stores for using background checks to weed out job applicants. Those with the commission say both companies are discriminating against blacks and other minorities who statistically face a higher percentage of criminal convictions.
We're not going to go around asking bankers to hire somebody with a one-year-old conviction for embezzlement. But the burden is on the employer once discrimination is shown to say there may be discrimination there, but it only arises because our test is picking up people whose convictions relate to the jobs that we have to offer.
Local employment attorney Richard Margulies says the agency is trying to use these cases to set an example.
What the EEOC is trying to do is address this concept of one size fits all. If you filled out an employment application, you've probably seen on the application, have you ever been convicted of a crime? And so then the EEOC wants to literally ban that box.
He says this doesn't mean employers have to hire someone with a criminal background, especially if it's violent, but the EEOC thinks they should give the job applicants the chance to explain the circumstances instead of being disqualified right away.
Give the employee an opportunity to come back, explain what happened.
Channel 4's safety analyst Ken Jefferson says whichever way the case goes, background checks should remain a big part of the hiring process.
It does have value in as much as it can give you more than maybe a applicant is disclosing to you.
Both BMW and Dollar General deny the accusation, saying they have long histories of being equal opportunity and non-discriminatory employers. I'm Vic Micolucci, Channel 4, the local station.